Hello, my name is Chris Isayan and I'm Certified Azure Architect. Today's focus is going to be Azure Purview custom classifications. But before we get there, I want to take out-of-box classifications and apply it to the sample table, verify the results to make sure the classifications applied were as expected, then create custom classifications and run it against the same table and validate the results. Let's get started. To save some time, I've gone ahead and scanned our simple environment. In this case, we have an Excel spreadsheet that has a summary of customer information. That Excel spreadsheet was uploaded into Azure Storage account. Then we have Azure Data Factory, which moved or imported data to Azure SQL. Now our expectation is that the SSN and the first name got classified. Let's take a look at the Azure Purview Studio to make sure those two columns were classified. Now you're looking at the Azure Purview, the customer asset or customer data set. We have these two classifications which were applied, and the schema here we have all the columns that got imported, and these two columns were classified accordingly. Now next we need to create a custom classification for the claim number, because the claim number is PII or confidential piece of information in our organization. Let's go ahead and create the custom classification for this claim number. The first step in this process is to create your classification. And it's always a good idea to have a strong naming standards. Description is not required, but it's a good idea to put something in there. Now at this point, the claim number classification is created. The next step is to create the classification rule for the claim number. Moving forward, the next step in this process is to create the classification rule. Again, it's always a good idea to have a strong naming convention. For classification name, we're going to pick the classification we created in the previous step. For upload file, we're going to pick the same Excel file, just converted that to CSV. Now for suggestions, I want to pick this last one, the pattern, but I want to remove the beginning and the end. I just want the system to flag or classify the columns every time it finds a match. Let's test this out using the same file. Okay, the test worked. We're good to go. Let's create the classification rule. Now we're ready for the next step. Now, before we can rescan the table, we need to go ahead and include the custom classification we just created. Let's do that. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, we're set. Let's rescan the table. To save some time, I've gone ahead and rescanned the customer table. Now, as you see, in addition to Social Security and person's name, we have a claim number classification now. And those two columns that had a pattern matching a claim number have been classified as claim number. This concludes the demo. I hope you found this time useful, and thank you for watching.